Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Ostranauts, and today I am embarking on a new adventure. On my Complete Beginner's Guide, several people had commented that I should consider putting together a Let's Play, and I'm not certain that I'm all that talented at doing Let's Play. It's not something I've done before, honestly. I am not necessarily a really good narrator, particularly when I'm focusing on a task, but I'm going to give it a try. Let's see what we get here. Ostranauts is a very enjoyable game. I've played more of it this year than anything else, and I'm willing to give it a go. I can't promise that the series will be really long. I look at some of these folks who have like 5 seasons of 20 or 30 episodes each of a particular game. I look at that in a little bit of awe because I'm not sure I have the wherewithal to do that. But we can play through this a little bit and see where we land. I'm going to go ahead and create a character here real quick. And we will give him a name. I like to go with this one. Helps me remember where I'm at, that I'm okay. So one of the suggestions I had seen in comments was in my previous video series, I spent a lot of time in character creation because I wanted to ensure that I got to 5,000 credits so that I could afford the salvaging license to start the game. And a few people said, why don't you not worry about that so much and just gig until you have 5,000 once you're in game? I'm going to give that a try. I think that makes some sense. A lot of the gigs pay pretty well early on, and you don't really have to do a whole lot to make at least a few $100 here and there. So we're going to go with that route. So I'm going to continue with that. I think what I will do is age my character to the mid-20s and then kind of look at traits and see what I might want to adjust. But to get started, we're going to go with Seek Adventure. I started doing this because it occurred to me you can work on traits or skill. Well, skills not so much. You can work on traits though. If you work on traits, you can do adventures that reverse anything that you put in those traits. So it's probably better to do Seek Adventure first. So we're going to do that for probably 5 iterations and see what we get. First up, this is a good one to get. It allows you to smuggle something through the black market, which gives you a contact, which is the fixer. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to smuggle it through the black market. Okay. I have a new contact, but I also have an enemy in law enforcement. That's never good. Try to reconcile that some other time. Next, Seek Adventure. All right, this is a good one to get after you have hacking, and I don't have that yet. It is possible for this one to come up a second time. For this iteration, I'm going to get them drunk. If you have hacking, you get another option here, and it is very lucrative. There we go. I made $850 there. Next up. Okay, well, this is one of the ways you can get hacking, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take Hack the Lock. I earn hacking in that. I also earn leader. Nice. We're 21. We'll give it a couple more years. This is one of my least favorite opportunities in the game. I always pick something different here. I think I'm going to pick Bluff. And, oh, Bluff gives you a little bit of money. That's not so bad. Okay. The stories behind why I'm picking these, you can certainly read through those. I have read them in the past. They're game writing. So let's go one more time. It is the Gambler. This is where you're betting for a ship. I have found for the way I like to play, my best bet is to fold. Earns me a couple of bucks, and it doesn't have any other negative side effects really. So there we have it. And one more time. Okay, so I already took hacking. So I don't need to do that one. I can take the stick, I can jury rig the engine. I think I'm going to do that. I think that gives you something like mechanical. Yeah, so you get mechanical engineering for doing that. I also got brave and coordinated. I did lose a little bit of money. That's okay though. With my new strategy of playing the game, if you want to call it a strategy, that's not all that important. So I'm going to say okay. Let's look at the resume here real quick. All right, so I'm currently feeble. Don't love that. I am fragile. Don't love that. Some skills though: mechanical engineering, spaceship engineering, hacking, skilled in zero-G ops. That is important. System Traveler 0. I honestly don't know what that is. Okay, let's do one more adventure, see what we get. Okay, there's a scheme going on at work basically, and I have a couple of choices of what I can do. I'm going to go with, of all things, instigate violence. This gives you the ability, this improves your melee combat. And I'm going to take that. I do have a strained back now though, but I am skilled in unarmed and armed melee. And I don't know, it's kind of like playing a slot machine. It always feels like if you do one more, you might get something really good. I'm going to do that. Seek adventure. Okay. This is where I wish I'd paid closer attention to which skills I already had. Oh, I can scroll over here, can't I? So do I have electrical? If I don't have electrical, I'm going to take the second job as an electrician. And the reason I'm going to do that is it'll give me the electrical ability. I don't see it. I have mechanical. Yeah, we're going to do that. So hacking, I do have at this point. That was like the first thing I did, right? Just want to make sure. Street etiquette. Skilled in hacking. Yeah. So I'm going to go. I've got Fight Club, which would give me melee combat. We're going to go with second job as, and I have the, we saw that I have the ability to work in 0G, which is the EVA suit stuff. So I'm going to go with this one. At least I think it's the same skill. Now that I've clicked that, I'm not 100% sure. And because of that, I'm going to go one more year just to see. So for this one, my boss and I spot a very unusual piece in a ship that we're taking apart, and we have some options on what we can do with it. I can try to take it for myself. When I do that, I tend to end up in prison. I'm going to avoid that. I could smash it and feel alive. I don't understand the importance of that. I'm going to see about bribing my boss. Okay. The long and short of it, I got oligarch etiquette and I got a reward of 750 credits. But I have a new enemy in law enforcement. That's never fun, but okay, it is what it is. We'll say okay there, and I think that's enough of those. So now I'm going to work on some traits. The first thing I want to do is get rid of feeble. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else. I think I want to look at skills. So the skills I have are a little darker. I won't be able to select those. EVA suits is not selected. I should have picked EVA on that one adventure. I'm going to go ahead and pick it. It's going to make me 31. I guess that's okay, but now I'm not going to work on anything else. We're going to go seek a ship. And the first one in looks like a dream. It is a dream. Testudo Dream. This is perfect. This is the ship I like to get. I'm going to take it. I will have a mortgage of $800,000, to which I have to pay $2,300 per shift. As you can see, I don't even have 2 shifts worth of money to cover that, so we're going to have to get busy quick. I'm going to take the ship. And that ends character building. We will submit that, and here we are. So this early game stuff, if you've played the game, it's all roughly the same for the first, I don't know, 5 minutes of playing. You want to pick up the same things you always pick up, which include the clothing that are lying on the floor in your I guess we'll call it apartment. You want to turn on the light. I'm going to speed up the simulation just a hair. I like going through the bins, seeing what's in there, and if there's like t-shirts, oh, I guess I should put on the clothes, huh? If there's t-shirts, I will take those and I'll sell them. You can get a couple of bucks for those. I usually put the PDA in my pocket. That's not my pocket. Here's a pocket. Okay. Then we'll go over here. There's a t-shirt. So we can also try on the t-shirts and see what we like. Yeah, that one's a little greasy. Keep those on for now. Over here, oh, ground. That's right. I don't have a backpack yet. So my trying to grab that, I want to go here to get the backpack, or a tote. I guess it's a tote bag in this case. There we go. And in the tote, I'm going to put my pressure suit. I think everybody has a pressure suit in the future. I looked in these bins. Here's one more bin. Another t-shirt. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, I like that one. We'll go with that. Put this one in here. Put the clothes back on. Work safety poster, not really needed. There was something in one of these. Small mechanical parts, not the worst thing to grab, but I think I'm going to pass on it for now. Okay. I'm going to pick up the toolkit. I cannot put the toolkit in a pocket or on my person, but I can put it in my hand. It contains some tools that I'm going to need. Eventually I'll put these in a pocket or in my suit, but for now we're going to keep them in here so I can pick up some other stuff as we move around. There should be some water in the fridge. There we go. I'm going to put that in the pouch on the sack. Actually, I'm going to put it in a hip pocket for now. And then we're going to come outside. And once we come outside, we get a little announcement telling us where we're at. We're on the K-leg station. And then I'm going to come down this way. There's a crowbar down here that I want to pick up. Unfortunately, I can't see anything just now, but there is a switch somewhere over here. There it is, switch. And I'm going to right-click that, toggle power, and then I'm going to go through that door, and I'm going to pick up the crowbar. It is picked up. Now, we could go out this way to the airlock, but there's one more place to go to get something important. We're going to pick this up and install it right here. That's going to take a while, so I'm going to speed up quite a bit. And there we go. And then we're going to walk in here. There's no lights. Looking to see if there is a switch. Feeling around for the switch, not seeing one. There's a rack. We're going to open the rack. We're going to take the knife. The knife is important. It is a good weapon early on. There's also a stir welder. I'm going to grab that. And I think at this point, I have all the tools I'm going to need, at least to get started. Now, our ultimate goal is to get a Weber laser torch, but they are very expensive. They're like a percentage of the cost of your ship, so something to consider. I am going to skip on buying food for now. We'll just come down this way, and we're going to check out our ship. And here it is. This is our beautiful, beautiful ship. I'm sitting on about 4,000 credits. Yep. And one thing I can do is uninstall the seats, and that will allow me to sell those, and I can make a couple of bucks from that. I'm going to pause for just a second. So I like to build the ship out sideways first, so it's a big rectangle, and then kind of go down towards the front. That's what I've normally done in the past. I'm going to look at maybe doing it a little differently this time. I like the natural corridor that is set up from the airlock door that would come right this way. I like how this isn't symmetrical. That's pretty cool. So seldom are things symmetrical in our lives, right? Think of a car. A car is not symmetrical side to side. So I have thought about if it makes sense to make over time a long hallway here that leads to, you know, pockets of rooms, cargo maybe on one side and engineering and everything, bridge, etc. on the other side. You need to have a living quarters. Eventually you need a bathroom. You need to have a reactor room eventually, and this ship will get very, very big over time. But for now, we're just going to take the seats out because that's an easy thing to do. So a couple of ways I can do that. I can do it manually on each one, or I can go to Orders, Uninstall. You want to turn off Uninstall Floor for sure, because if you take out the floor, you are in a vacuum. You don't want that. I'm just going to leave on Equipment. And I think if I highlight these, oh, I got a light there too. I didn't mean to do that. We'll go to Tasks. That's an error. It didn't like it. And it didn't like any of that. So see if I can right click on that and cancel task. There we go. That's what we'll do. Okay, so he's going to auto task now. He will take those seats out. Fast forward time. This is the part of a Let's Play that has always made me a little nervous. Ordinarily, I would just sit here and watch for a few minutes and not say a word. But when you're recording it, that gets really awkward. I don't know how those long pauses are. Leave a comment what you think. Do you leave pauses in and not worry about it? Should I cut it short? Should I fast forward? Curious what people think. Now he's got the seats out, but since I have him on auto task, he's got it set to restore. He's going to start restoring parts of the ship. I want to restore the entire ship, and I'd really prefer to do that before I go anywhere, but it will literally take 2 or 3 days to restore the ship. And now that I've said that, it may not be days. It shifts for sure. It's going to take several shifts. So what I'm going to do for the moment is first we're going to pause everything. Awesome. Love the alarms. So let's go over. We do need to restore this. Okay, the nav center, we went to 4, which is restore. That's something we need to have operational and in really good condition. So he's still repairing it, and it looks like he's done. So slow time back down, and we're gonna, well, we don't need to do anything there right now. What I wanted to do is set up a zone. I want to set up a zone so that I can put stuff in this area, and it will automatically get delivered when I go to sell stuff, or when I buy stuff, it'll get put into the area as well. We're going to make 2 zones here. The first one is going to be the basic cargo hold, which is what I'm going to consider this area. So to do this, I highlight it. It puts little squares everywhere, and I'm going to say add zone. And then I'm going to call it cargo. In fact, we're going to call it cargo 1, and this is a barter zone. I'm then going to create a second one right here. And we're going to add that, and we're going to call it a barter zone as well. And the reason is when I start to strip a ship, wow. When I start to strip a ship, I might put some of the cargo here, and when I get back to the station, I'll want to sell it automatically without having to pick it up and carry it around, so I can use that. But I'm actually going to call it engineering, because this is probably where I'm going to initially put batteries and stuff like that. Okay, enter, and we have 2 areas now set up. So the seats will earn us $1 or $2, but let's go see about doing a gig. I'm going to run up here. Okay. Pickup locker, Old Emporium, so I'll need to go downstairs first, and it'll get delivered to here. Let's see if there's any that go in the opposite direction. That's something to be on the lookout for. Lots of investigate death. Okay, this is the only one I can really do right now, and I need to start at Old Emporium. So we'll go down there real quick. And while we're down there, we will take a look and see if the fixer has any interest in those seats. And it's telling us that we are checking out the old Emporium. Gives us a little bit of background information about that. We're going to go ahead and move forward. And here's the fixer, Solomon. Offer to trade. Now we're a contact with Solomon. We are not friends though, we're not acquaintances. So I know that you can get some of those tags effectively a couple of times. And look at that, he is buying the seats. I haven't fixed the seats up. I need to repair them first. They will sell better. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's see how much that improves their value. Of course, I need to do it before this flips over. I got an hour, about an hour and a half before his next update. So while I'm waiting on that, let's go to the Gig Nexus. While I'm waiting to complete that, and since we have to go back upstairs, we will go ahead and hit this, the courier, and we're going to take that gig, immediately run to here. Pause it, run to the other one. There it is. Lost track of where I was. Access the locker. Ah! I didn't pick up the thing from the locker. Yeah, that's what happens when you get in a hurry. All right, let's try that again. Not going to be getting any bonuses this time. I knew I was missing something. Okay, access the locker, take the thing. There we go. Much better. So I cost myself at least some bonus on that, but it's okay. My gigs, click it and turn in. I got silver anyway, that's good. I'll take it. Okay. So 400 credits there. Well, like I said, we'll take it. Seats. I was going to come down here and restore these. So we'll start there. And I'm going to have 4 of these to do, and as you can see, it is not a super fast process right now. Pause it so I don't lose any time there, and then we're going to restore that one. That one was in bad shape. Hopefully this is the one that's the worst. Yeah, these look like they're much better. As you can see though, he's still repairing pretty slow. Only 15 minutes has gone by though, really, so I guess that's okay. Thank you, proximity alarm. I kind of wish it would turn off if you're at the station. You can manually turn it off, but it does take time, and It's something that's easy to forget, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble. And as soon as he's done with that one, we'll go to the last one. So I think he was offering $269, the fixer was, for the one that was in used condition. So we'll see if we pick up any extra cash here by having restored these. I think we'll be well under the time limit. I think it was 1550 is when his situation changes. Eventually it changes like every 5 minutes. It gets really, really fast. But I think earlier in the game, for whatever reason, it's much slower. I'm not sure why. Or maybe it's just the times I've looked, that's been the situation. We'll run up here. There he is. And we'll go back to Mescaform. Okay. He's stretching. Okay, and offer to trade. So run over there and see what we can work out with him. Cargo 1, he's still taking the seats, and I picked up about 100 credits each. The one that was in the worst condition is a little more than that, but we are going to sell all of those for a chunk of change. We'll accept that. Just for funsies, let's see what he's selling. I don't think I'm buying anything, but I just sort of want to see what's out there. Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and visit this one more time. Just let's see. Investigate death, honeypot, sensitive item delivery, and that's going to ATC 1. Yeah, that's a trip for our ship. That's a little further than I probably can afford to go right now. It wouldn't be impossible. We only have one battery. It'd be a stretch. I don't know that I could safely say I would definitely make it. Here's a new courier down here. Let's see if we can get to that. Old Emporium. Kind of looks like the same one we just did. It's a switch. Well, we'll take that. This time I'm going to do it right, and let's see if we can get a bonus out of it. Okay, so first, access the locker. Take the switch. Second, go upstairs. Access transit. Pause. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It paused on its own. So I unpaused it when I hit it. Third step, as soon as we come out of the screen, we're going to pause. We're paused. Fourth step, get to the locker. Pause. Put it in. And then use the desk. My gigs, turn in. Silver tier. All right. There we go. Another gig, this one for 660. So I don't fully understand this. If I do it faster, I get, okay, so it's going to pay me 264. I guess this is the bonus I'll get. I thought in the past it showed me the total I'd get. So if I deliver it in half the time as it expects, I'm going to get less money. That doesn't fully make sense, does it? We can take a look, though. Let's give it a try. Why not? So this one kind of starts in commercial. We'll need to run down there. And where are we on cash? Oh, we have enough to afford the salvaging license at this point. Before I run downstairs, I do want to go to the scrap desk, and I want to empty my hands of anything that I really don't need, specifically the t-shirt. I do want the knife. I do need the shoes, tote. Was there anything else in the tote? Oh, there was another t-shirt. Oh, I don't want to sell this t-shirt. That's the one I'm wearing. I want to sell these t-shirts. One there, one there. 13 bucks. Every little bit counts right now. So we'll accept that. Exit, and we're going to go do one more gig, and then we're going to go see about doing some ship breaking. Down to the commercial district. We will find the gig desk there. I'm going to take some careful notes on my current balance so that we can see what, if anything, the bonus does. And this is the announcement. This is the first time visiting this level. There we go. 761. Okay, so let's find the, oh, I'm going to close these out. Might do those eventually. And I never have a problem doing them when they are, you know, I bump into the person that wants it. They're in the same area and I recognize the name. But for now, we're just going to focus on the gig. Oh, I don't think I meant to repair it. I think I meant to use it. Pretty sure I hit repair there, though. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, commercial to Old Emporium. We're going to take it. Now it says it's going to pay me $664 or $438 or $876. Let's see what it does there. I don't think there's any chance I can do this in 20 seconds. It's just not been my my strong point. So click that, exit and pause, open the locker. I apparently didn't actually sell those shirts. I did. I hit the wrong button there when I was talking through it. I think I needed to hit sell and I hit exit or continue or something. Okay, something like that. Nonetheless, we're paused right now, so we want to run back to here. And we want to go to Old Emporium. Access the locker here. Bottle in the locker. Use the desk. My gigs, turn in the gig. Platinum tier. Well, okay then. Of course, I didn't write down the highest number, did I? Because I didn't think there was any way that would happen. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I received $1,800 for it. So it gave me a heck of a payout there. I'll take it. It looks like it did give me the sum of the two values, the value it said plus the bonus. So I'm glad to see that. Probably, we can't confirm it here. It doesn't actually tell us. This includes the cost, which is a little bit weird. I'm not quite sure why they do that, but it's what they do. So I'm not going to complain, but there we have it. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Let's go bust up some ships. Access the transit. Going to buy myself a license and head back to my ship, and we will shove off from there. And I think that's going to do it for this particular video. I appreciate you joining me in this new adventure for me. We'll continue with this for a while anyway and see how it plays out. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe learned something new here. And until next time, fair travels.